Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing a hack on the Million Roses. First, a little disclaimer, the company did not sponsor me to make this video. I just love the product and wanted to make a more affordable option in having one of these or in giving one of these as a gift to a friend or loved one. So I will insert a couple pictures if you don't know what I'm talking about. They are absolutely beautiful, but again, very expensive. So today I will be recreating this using products from the Dollar Tree, Dollarama, and then recyclable products that I already have in my own home. So I will first get into a list of supplies of things that you will need, and then we will jump into the tutorial. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so to quickly go over the things that you will need. In this DIY, you will need some type of box. I will be using shoe boxes, but they have to be the same size. Another option is some type of tin container. These I'm actually reusing. They were Belgian cookies, and these work great. If you have two of the same color, then you'll even be skipping a step in this DIY, but if you don't, that's no problem because we're going to be spraying them. If you have neither of those, you could go to Dollar Tree or Dollarama, and they carry these seasonal tins. They come in round or square, and they also come in various sizes. That will work great as well. So remember, whichever option you decide to use, should you make this DIY, you will need two. You will also need some dry floral foam. I purchased mine from Dollar Tree. If you are using those reusable cookie tins, then 3 floral foams fit perfectly in here. The shoe box I'm using is a little bit larger, so I will need a bit more. I may also have to cut some to fit to size, but you do want a nice snug fit such as this. Okay, so you will need some kind of paint. This is acrylic paint. I purchased it from the Dollar Tree with a sponge brush, or you can use some type of paint and primer spray paint. You will need ribbon. I purchased this from Dollarama, and some type of flower. I just prefer roses. I think it looks the prettiest in the box. And then you will need some type of glue. You can either use your hot glue gun or you can use E6000 glue. Okay, so now we're ready to glue our two boxes together. You're going to take your first box and you're going to flip it upside down so that the opening is on the bottom. Then you will take your glue, just go around your box. Then you're going to take your second box, and with the bottom facing down to go directly on top of the bottom of your first box, you're going to just put that in place and line it up as best you can. Okay, so after I glue the two boxes together, I just place a weight on top. And what I ended up actually doing, in between the boxes there was a little bit of a gap. So I just took my glue gun and I ran a line all along, all the way around, and this way it just closes that little bit of a gap. We won't see it anyway because the ribbon will be covering there, but I just like to give it that extra little bit of bonding between the two boxes. getting your floral foam, you will be removing any plastic wrap that may be on it, and then you are going to insert your foam inside of the box. Now you do want a very snug fit, so you may have to cut some of the foam to fit it in so that it is completely covered with foam on the inside of the box. Once you have that laid out, you will just take your foam, add some glue, put it in place, and let that dry. Okay, so at this point we have cut our floral foam and we inserted it in the box. It completely covers the inside of the box. We take our roses and insert those in. We are going to take care of this seam where the two boxes have joined. So for that you will need your decorative ribbon and your glue. And you're going to take your decorative ribbon, wrap it around your box, and just cut that to size. And when you glue this down, you are going to take the top of your ribbon and just go directly over the top seam, just enough to cover the seam, because we don't want to go much higher. We do have a label that we will be putting on the front, and we want to leave enough room for that. So we just want to cover the seam. So once you have that in place, you will glue that down, and then we will begin inserting our roses. Okay, so now we've gone ahead and glued on our ribbon all around the box. Then we take a piece of ribbon and we just, we're going to make our bow, which you are going to insert or glue onto the front of your box. So you just take a piece of ribbon, you make a loop, you take another section of the ribbon, you make another loop. Then you bunch it in the center, and then before you cut it off, you just leave a bit of a tail. Once you've cut that off, you just wrap it around the middle. Then you just open up your loops and then glue it onto the box. Okay, so once you've glued the bow onto your ribbon that's on the box, we are going to start inserting our roses inside of the floral foam. Now, I earlier mentioned that you can glue your foam in, but I actually decided not to glue it in. And the reason for that is, should I decide that I want to change my flowers up, I mean, you can do that for a while, but eventually your foam is going to get too many holes in it, and the flowers are not going to stick as well. So really, there's no need to glue the foam into the box. When you place your foam as tight as we did, it'll stay in place fine. This way, after a while, you know, if your foam does become a little bit too holey, then you can just take it out and replace it with some new floral foam. So what I did was I separated all my flower stems from the bunch. So that is what I had. Now, instead of cutting it, I just decided to fold them, because should I decide to change these flowers out, I like the flexibility that I can use these in another project. And if I cut it, then I'm very limited to what I can use it for. But if I simply just fold in the wire stem, I can insert them, they're gonna look fine. And then, as I said, if I choose to change the flowers and I want to use this for something else, I just undo the wire and then use it wherever I want. So once I've done that, I did that to all my flowers here. So I have 6 rows going up and 6 rows going across for this particular size of a box. I just went ahead and laid out my pattern. At first I was just going to do red roses, but I didn't end up having enough, so I just decided to mix red and white. So I just picked out a pattern that I wanted. So what I did was 6 going up and 6 going across, 6 going down, and then 6 going across of the red roses. And then in the center I decided to do the white roses. Now all we do once we've done this is we just simply turn our flowers around and just start poking them into the floral foam. Now once you start pushing these in, you're gonna want to leave have them sticking up just a little bit, not too much. So I ended up just adjusting this box a little bit. I ended up adding 4 more white flowers. So in total for this box, I used 40 flowers. I have 20 all around the perimeter of the box, and then I have 20 white roses on the inside of the box. And you will find when you are making your own how many will work. I just noticed some gaps and I could see the foam, and I just wanted it to be much tighter than it was. So I just added an extra row of white roses, and I think this just looks beautiful. So now I am going to add my little tag to the front of my box, and then we will move on to the bottom of the box. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and make my label. This is optional. I just decided to do it because I thought it would look cuter on the box. So all I did was I went into iPeachy and I just made a little tag, and I titled it "The Million Surprises." And when I printed it out, it was just on regular paper. So I wanted to have it a little bit more sturdier, a little bit thicker. So all I did was I got a piece of cardstock and I cut out my tag. Now I'm just going to, with Mod Podge and my sponge brush, I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on the back, put it on the cardstock, and then go over with some Mod Podge, and then I will cut that out, and then I will glue it onto my box. Okay, so here we have my version of the Million Roses. Now, if this was all you were looking to recreate, then you can stop right here. However, I called my box the Million Surprises for a reason, and that's because not only do you get this beautiful floral arrangement in the inside of the top box that you can display all year round if you want, but also there's a bottom box that we are going to fill with some really neat surprises, which makes this box great because you can really customize it to whoever you're giving it to. It's a really fun box to give to someone, and whoever receives it will absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the bottom of the box up, and then I will show you how I put it all together ready to give to a friend or loved one. Okay, so now we are going to work on filling the bottom side of the box up. Now, you can use numerous amounts of things for filler. You can use crinkle paper, tissue paper. You can actually use a gift that you're giving someone. If you're giving someone a scarf, you can just wrap that, lay that down flat, and then add everything on top, or a shirt, or whatever the case may be. But today I am going to use some paper that I actually got from Dollarama, and this is the paper that they wrap their breakable items in. So usually if I get this type of paper, I like to just flatten it out when I get home and then just put it all together, and it's great to use for projects like this. So the first thing I laid down at the bottom was this box of chocolates. So I put that right at the bottom. Then I purchased these mugs, which I love, from Dollarama, Mr. and Miss. So I'm just gonna lay them inside. Then I bought this tea light candle holder at Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna put that in the middle, in between the mugs, just to kind of keep them in place. I purchased this little wax melt holder with a little wax melt on top. Just gonna put that in the corner. And then this extra bag of Russell Stover's caramel milk chocolate, because who doesn't love chocolate? and then I'm just going to place that on top. Then I'm just going to fold everything in, take another piece of that paper and just tuck it all in and keep it in place. Now what I recommend, if you're putting something that's not very heavy, you really don't need to do this next step, but I always like to do it because I think it looks really pretty, and it also gives you peace of mind that everything is going to stay in place. Now this lid is pretty snug, so it should stay fine, but because there are breakable items in here, I usually like to take another piece of ribbon and then wrap it all the way around, and then this way I just know that everything is going to stay in place. Okay everyone, so here is the box completely wrapped up. I just took some ribbon that I had on hand, wrapped it around the box, and then with what was left, I just made this very simple but pretty bow on top. I attached a couple of wire picks, wire heart picks, and I didn't glue anything down because I just figured whoever receives this gift can reuse the ribbon and the picks. I think that it makes a beautiful presentation when you are ready to give this to a friend or loved one, and then you do have the reassurance that everything in the bottom of the box is going to stay firmly in place and nothing is going to fall out. So this is my version of the Million Roses, and so I changed its name for my box because there are a few more surprises inside. I hope that whoever receives this will just love it. I'm pretty sure they will. And the great thing is once they open their gifts, they can simply turn the box around, take the lid off, and display the roses and use it as a beautiful centerpiece. This DIY was very fun to make, very inexpensive, but yet it's something that I'm sure whoever receives it will absolutely love it. So if you did like this DIY, and I hope you did, please like, share, and subscribe if you already haven't. And as always guys, take care, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.